What are you? Who?
Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look who's here. In for the bitch. In for the bitch. Look at this man. For the title, ladies and gentlemen, at the buzzer. Take that shot. Okay, fellas, let's play.
Two of us disconnected out of touch. I thought I knew you, but I must be wrong. The one within has somehow gone. Don't play games with me, my friend. Oh, can't you see? The way it used to be is just a memory. Don't play games with me. Let's try some honesty. Stop our enmity and make us once more free. The stakes are high, the lines are drawn, the cards are on the table. What is real? Who loves you still? It isn't just a fable. It all it does sometimes. It's a constant rage. Say I guess.
What's your problem, man? What's your problem?
Could you do me a favor, Ross? Just keep your beer cans on your side of the room. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Say, do me a favor. Keep your Christian literature on your side of the room. Thanks.
Oh, so that's what this is all about, huh?
You know, I don't know what your problem is, Vince. Ever since you came back from that ski trip, all you do is talk about God and read the Bible.
Well, you know, all you ever do is party and drink beer. You know, there's more to life than that, Ross?
Look, believing in God is one thing, but don't get so carried away with it.
Having a relationship with Christ is the only thing that's made a real difference in my life. Okay, Ross?
Then why don't I get anything out of it?
Because you don't want anything out of it.
If I'm gonna want something, I have to have a reason to believe in the first place.
Well, why don't you take a look at outside the window there? Everything that exists shows design. The world's too perfect to have just been thrown together by some accident.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Watch this. There. That's a design. Modern art all over the floor, perfectly by accident.
Yeah, but didn't it still take you to throw the can?
Can you prove to me that God exists?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Yeah? Okay. Since you're so sure, why don't we make a little bet?
That's stupid. Why should I bet?
Yeah, this is just another phase you're in, isn't it?
Okay, fine. You want to bet? You want to bet? And if I prove it?
Hey, if you prove it, I will go out and stick myself in the nearest monastery.
It's not funny. Seriously.
All right. All right. I'll seriously consider your Christianity.
All right. Now you're on.
But if you don't prove it, I don't want to hear another word about this. Ever.
Uh-huh. Well, I was just wondering, how do you prove that God exists?
That's not so easy to do.
There's some good reasons, but it depends on what they're looking for.
Why don't we talk about it up in Yosemite with the youth group this weekend?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that'd be fine, and... Hey, Nick. Would it be okay if I brought my roommate along?
Sure.
The more the merrier. Woody's trying to get Shauna to come.
Oh, that'd be great. Be great to see everybody again.
Yeah, sure will. Listen, I gotta get going here. I'll call you in a couple days, let you know the details, okay?
Yeah. Bye, Nick.
came from science class, and you might as well give up. Dr. Wynne explained how the entire universe was created by a huge cosmic explosion. The Big Bang makes more sense to me than God does.
Did the guy explain to you where the universe came from in the first place? Before it got blown up?
They're still working on that.
Ross, can't you see this goes beyond what science can answer? Look, in order for me to prove God to you, you're gonna have to take a little trip with me this weekend.
This weekend? Man, I have to study.
Well, since when do you study? Ross, are you gonna play fair with this bet or not?
All right. Where do I have to go?
Yosemite.
Yosemite?
If you're not gonna have faith in God, you're just gonna have to trust me.
Why do I have a feeling I'm gonna regret this?
By the way, Vince, tomorrow's Sunday, and your father and I have started attending a very nice church. The Seeleys down the street, you remember Mr. and Mrs. Seeley? Well, anyway, they invited us to go to church with them, and we met a lot of really friendly people. I think it'd be good if you would go with us tomorrow.
Church, huh?
Oh, come on, son. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Pastor really had something to say.
You going to church? Come on.
The cry of every person is, I want to be free. Many understand freedom to be the liberty to do as you please. We read in the Old Testament that every man did what was right in his own eyes. Freedom is not the absence of all authority and restraint. Think of a train. A train that ignores its rails is no longer free to move. The rails that give freedom to man are responsibility and truth. On the one hand, we must accept responsibility for our own lives. On the other hand, we must let our lives be directed by God's truth. Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Jesus Christ is
It makes it sound like if you don't have a commitment to Christ, then you're some kind of a prisoner. Wonder what would happen if I jumped up and shouted out, "Excuse me, sir, but where's the line to get your ball and chain? Because according to what you just said, I'm not free at all." People would flip out. They'd probably excommunicate Mom and Pop. If I could just shout it and dive in the aisle, I could escape through the back doors. I'd have to knock down that big guy there. Looks like some kind of a guard. But if I ran him down hard enough, boom, he'd go right over.
the freedom to be what I ought to be, a child of God.
Hi, I'm Nick Martin.
Hi.
I don't think we met.
No, I'm up in Oregon most of the time. Vince Fuller.
Right. I met your father before at a businessman's breakfast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that we have separate meetings for people our age in case you wanted to come meet some new people. I have a
Thanks.
schedule here somewhere, but anyway, we meet Thursday nights at 7 and Sunday at 8, and the rest of the week we do your typical college age stuff, you know, like going bowling or going to the beach or hit a movie.
Sounds great. Why am I saying this?
Yeah, you ought to come along sometime. I don't mean to hold you up. Look, here's my work number. Give me a call sometime if you need a ride or something. And I have your folks' number at my house.
Great. Well, just give me a call if something comes up. That'd be great.
All right, great, Vince.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
What are you, crazy, Fuller? Hello. Fuller Estate, Vince speaking.
Hi, Vince. This is Nick Martin. We met at church today.
Right. Yeah. What's up, Nick?
I know this seems kind of like a strange offer since we just met, but there's a bunch of us that we go up to the mountains on a sort of ski trip. My folks have a cabin up in Tahoe. You're invited if you want to come. And it's next weekend. And don't worry if you don't know how to ski. Do you?
Yeah, I ski.
Are you busy next weekend? Well, actually, it's Friday through Monday.
No, I'm not too busy.
Great. There's so far 5 of us going. Most of them are friends of mine from church, so I doubt if you met any of them.
From church, huh?
Come on, choir, go along with me. All you got to do is just reach out and try Jesus.
Vince? You there? Hello?
Huh? Yeah. I was just thinking. So it's next weekend, right?
Right. I'll drive and we'll meet the rest of them up there.
Shoot. Wow. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'll be there.
All my thoughts in this confusion brings me down to this conclusion that I'm a man of conviction. I've wasted time out window panes, no place to go to recreate the feelings that I have inside. But I spend time with you. We are never alone, bringing down angels today. His promises are true, he's always closer than we're far away. To turn it up, I wanna feel alright, like a shining star on a summer night. Heavy glow of rock and roll, bumping through your stereo, makes me wanna sing. We are never alone, bringing down angels today. His promises are true, he's always closer than we're far away.
We're almost there, Shauna. Aren't you glad I talked you into coming?
Not so sure. I just can't get over you guys coming all the way to school to pick me up.
Ah, come on. It wouldn't have been the same without you. Trust me, it's gonna be great. Hey!
Finally made it.
Nice view! Hey, Vince, how you doing?
All right, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Hey, Dalton. What's up?
Hey, Shauna, I thought you couldn't make it.
Shauna, what are you doing here?
I could leave. No, we're glad you came, Shauna.
So, our prodigal daughter has returned.
Don't start with me, Zalton.
Hey, I promised Shauna that we had enough extra equipment that she could come along with us.
That's no problem.
Listen, I have an extra pair of jeans and tennis shoes in the car.
Yeah, there's a sleeping bag and a pack you can carry.
Vince, why don't you introduce us to your roommate?
Oh, yeah. Ross, this is the gang. We got Nick.
How you doing, Ross?
Hey, Woody.
Hey, Zalton.
How you doing?
And Zalton's little sister, Trish.
Younger sister, not little.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Well, guys, are we gonna stand around here all day, or we gonna do some camping?
Let's do it.
Humble yourself before the Almighty. That's where you find true wisdom. Make it your first, make it your last thought. Lying in bed when the day's done. Hearing, calling out your name in the busy streets in the center of town. Who will turn their face to truth and then live it out? Wisdom is greater than any fleeting pleasures that money brings you, and answers will come to those who pursue the pathway to life that few choose. Hear it, calling out your name in the busy streets in the center of town. Who will turn their face to truth and then live it out?
this.
Who packed the lunches?
I did. Why?
Well, I hope you like pocket bread because these sandwiches are squished flatter than a pancake.
Good move, Nick.
That's no way to impress the girls about your homemaking skills.
That's the idea, Trish. Besides, what do you want? We're camping. Hey, does anyone want to change shoes? My feet are killing me.
I would, Ross, but I don't think it'd do any good for a tenderfoot like you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Means you should come on more camping trips with us.
You guys are pretty contagious, aren't you?
We try, Shauna. We try.
Okay, now remember, in rock climbing, it's important to take everything slow and easy.
Okay, great. Would you give me the rope, please?
No, just make sure you check everything before you do anything.
No, I'm gonna check everything at least twice.
All right, hot dog, you sound ready.
I'm telling you, buddy, this is no problem. It's done before.
Let's just see what you're made of.
Okay.
So, for the rest of the trip, we called her Lamb Chop.
Shauna, I'm really glad that you came.
Me too.
It's so beautiful out here.
Yeah, too bad you have to hike up.
Sultan, you better be careful with all this mountain climbing stuff. You're really making me nervous.
Hey, don't worry, Trish. You've been doing this as long as I have. You know how to be careful.
I don't know how you can even do that. I'm so scared of heights, I'm afraid sitting right here.
Yeah, don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Us girls need to stick together. Be careful, okay, Zoltan?
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna finish this up and then we'll take off. Your turn, Woody!
I think I'm gonna stay up here and watch the packs.
All right.
So tell me something, Ross. How can an explosion make all this?
You know, if you took biology or earth science instead of all those acting classes, you might know a little bit more about it.
You're so skeptical. I mean, you don't believe anything unless it's right in front of your face. That's a really ignorant attitude.
Get off my back, St. Vincent. I think you should worry about your own attitude.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Nothing. Mr. Art Major here was trying to give me a little lesson in science versus creation.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you brought it up, that's my favorite subject. See, science doesn't conflict with creation until science steps out of science and into theology. That's not the only evidence for God.
What do you mean?
Well, history, it's full of examples of God's interaction with people. I mean, even today, Ross, we can know him through personal experience.
That's a little hard for me to swallow.
Happens all the time, Ross.
Okay. So what's gonna happen to some native who's never even heard of God? Or what about a newborn baby that dies before it can even talk, huh?
God will judge everyone on what they know, Ross. I don't think a baby has anything to worry about. And a native's relationship with the Lord, that's up to him. God won't give anybody a bum rap.
What are you gonna tell God, Ross, when you have heard?
Okay, guys. Listen, if we're gonna do Half Dome, we better get started.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Half dome, here we go.
Let's hold up. Ross needs a break.
Oh, careful, careful, careful. Oh, it's beautiful up here. You can see for miles.
Isn't there an easier way up?
This is the easy way up. And unless you're into rock climbing, it's the only way up or down.
Which reminds me, take a look. Look how far the others are.
I don't feel so good.
Well, what you need is just get your mind off it a little bit. How about another Bible question? I mean,
Now, Zalton here's an expert on the Bible.
I don't want to talk about the Bible. It's just a book.
Just a book? Zalton.
Just a book. You know, it was written over a period of 1,600 years by 40 different men from all walks of life, and yet remains consistent throughout.
Well, if it's so consistent, why are there so many people with so many different interpretations of what it means?
Because every time you have two people, you've got at least 3 opinions. And don't hold that against the Bible, Ross.
That's true. In fact, most of the experts who've studied the subject agree on all the major points. And you can check it out yourself. The Bible is easier to verify than any other ancient book.
That's just fascinating.
Yeah, it really is. We have copies of the Old Testament that have 1,000 years between them, and they're almost exact in the translation. When you look at the New Testament, it gets even better. There are more than 4,000 of them still around. A lot of them written within the lifetime of people who knew Christ. And people still insist on criticizing the validity of the Bible.
Well, amen, brother. Now, if you two guys don't mind, I'm a little tired of getting ganged up on.
You're right. I'm sorry, Ross. I have a tendency to get carried away on this particular subject. What do you say, guys? Let's get to the top.
You guys go on. I'll wait for the others.
Are you sure? Come on up with us, man.
No, that's okay. I need to rest anyways. Okay, fine. If you want to leave the conquering of the mountain up to us, let's do it. Come on, Dalton.
All right, Chief. Let's do it.
I can't believe I let you guys talk me into coming up here. It's gorgeous. I'm glad we made it.
All right, finally. Now let's get going back, all right?
Beck, what are you talking about? We just got here.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't realize that normal people don't do this every day.
Yo, Woodman, we still have a few miles to go to get back to the camp. It's gonna take a while for us to get down.
I don't care, Zalton. I'm not moving another inch until I rest a while.
Man, if there is a God, he sure did a great job on this.
Well, if there is a God out there, I'm sure he appreciates the compliment.
You know, I admit, when I'm in a place like this, it makes me wonder sometimes.
Now we're getting somewhere.
No, wait a minute. I didn't say I'd come to any conclusions. Besides, even if I were to agree that God does exist, what makes you think you know any more about him than anyone else?
Yeah, that's always bothered me too. I mean, what makes Christians think that Jesus is the only way to God?
We aren't the ones that said it. God did. Jesus said, the only way to the Father is through me.
You can't just make up your own rules about who God is, Ross.
Now, I can't believe that God would be so exclusive as to rule others out. I mean, show me a good reason why Christianity is any better than Buddhism or Hinduism or any other way to God.
You know, it's a big world, and there are a lot of different ways to find him. Well, there are a lot of different ways to find God. Just like there are a lot of different ways to get down from this mountain.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about comparing what God said about finding him with what Zalton, our resident rock climbing expert, says about getting down off this mountain.
Come on, don't be ridiculous.
Vince, could you please step away from the edge? You could slip off.
Oh, wait a minute, Shauna. See, Ross here says that there are more than one way to find God. So why can't I say that there's more than one way off this mountain? Like jumping, for example.
Vince, this isn't very funny.
Okay, come off it, man. You're going a little too far.
Listen, if you won't listen to God about God, why should I listen to Zalton about mountain climbing?
Okay, Vince, you proved your point. Are you happy?
No, I'm not happy. Because you haven't listened to a word I've said the whole time. And frankly, I'm getting kind of tired of it.
Vince, please, you're scaring me.
Come on, man, you're crazy.
You guys don't think I'm stupid enough to do this to you.
Vince, no!
Gotcha.
Oh, man, that was not funny.
Just trying to make a point, that's all.
Well, if your point was to scare us to death, it worked.
No. Unless you're perfect, there's only one way to heaven, through Christ. Just like there's only one safe way off this mountain. The trail.
Well, let's take it before you come up with any more brilliant illustrations up here.
No chance. No
Come
chance.
on, just go right there.
Great. Come on, man. Woody. Whoa. You guys have an idea. What do you say the experts go ski on the ledges, and those of us who are less expert can bunny slope it?
Oh, come on, Woody. I thought we were doing great.
Oh, yeah, right.
No.
Well, if you insist, the three of us will meet you guys down at the base lodge. Say 3 o'clock something?
Sounds like a plan. Let's get going.
All right, we'll see you later.
Hey, you guys, wait on me.
Well, I guess you just have to ask yourself one question.
Why, right?
Wrong. Why not, punk?
And if I'm not a star, will it be okay? Will I still be someone? Superstar, I may never be. And that is just a reality. A superstar, I may never be. And that is just a reality. Why can't we be God's superstars? I wanna be a star, but is that all I'm really here for? And if I'm not a star, will it be okay? Will I still be someone? I wanna be a star, but is that all I'm really here for? And if I'm not a star, will it be okay? Will I still be someone? God's superstars. I wanna be a star, but is that all I'm really here for? And if I'm not a star, will it be okay? Will I still be someone? I wanna be a star.
So, you don't go to any church, do you?
No, went one time. Same one you guys go to. My parents just started going there.
Any reason?
My mother thinks it's social.
No, I mean you. Is there something between you and God?
Well, no, I wouldn't really say that, no.
Listen, Vince, whether you realize it or not, if you haven't accepted what Christ did for you on the cross, then there is something between you and God. Our sin has caused a separation in the relationship between God and us that only He can fix.
Okay, great, Zoltan. That's great. I understand where you're coming from, and I respect that. But I don't think this religion thing is for me, okay?
Well, hey,
Okay?
that's fine. It's your decision. I just hope you realize the choice you're making.
I do realize the choice I'm making. Can we leave it at that?
Not really. As much as you don't want to face it, one day there's going to be a judgment for our choices here on Earth. And I think you should know that judgment is for eternity.
You are unholy, evil one, and you shall be thrust deep into the bottomless pit. Only thou couldst be like me, divine and holy, and never parting from the narrow path. Not to give any form of idolatry, blasphemy, adultery, drunkenness, slander, uncleanliness.
Slander, uncleanliness, all forms of worldliness. These things are called abominations. And if you haven't asked for forgiveness, then you're in rebellion against God.
Great, great.
Anyways, I've made it as clear as I can. But if I were you, I'd do some serious thinking about it.
I will.
Yeah, it's okay.
How you doing?
Fine.
All right.
The rest is up to you. Because right now, you're walking on thin ice.
Who's walking on thin ice?
Zoltan here was just telling me all about how I can walk on water. Let's go ski.
Vince isn't too receptive to the gospel, is he?
So, when the game warden asked the grizzly what he was going to take with him, he said, "Oh, not much. Just the bare necessities." Oh, next.
You're right, Woody. That was bad.
Buddy, your turn.
Go for it. Do it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let me see. All right. There was this farmer, right, who had these 3 daughters, and no, we'll do a different one. Okay. This lady goes into a bar with a duck under her arm, and she sits down at the counter, and there's a drunk there, and he looks over at him and he says, "Hey, what are you doing here with that pig?" And the lady says, "It's not a pig, it's a duck." And the drunk says, "I was talking to the duck."
Okay, I got one.
Oh, no.
This is a scary story. This is called Hit and Run Harry, the Highway Horror. Submitted for your approval. A young couple.
Vince, I don't want to hear that one. Could we hear something else?
That's a good one, Shauna. Just hang on. This is good. A newlywed couple had broken down on the side of a road. The groom is changing the tire on the road's edge.
Vince, please.
This is good. Listen. He's changing the tire on the road's edge. Harry spots them from down the road. He drives faster. Closer. He speeds up. Faster. Wham!
Let me.
Shauna. What's the matter? What's her problem?
Remember, it's her dad.
What do you mean?
Her dad got killed in a hit-and-run accident.
Great. Forgot about that.
He was a pastor, too.
Well, that's how God takes care of his people. I'm better off where I am. Good night. I'm sorry. I know how you feel.
You couldn't.
Maybe.
It's okay, Zalton. She just needs a friend. Okay, I'll go.
Feel like talking. I blew it. I not only failed to prove that God exists, but I just helped to confirm that it doesn't matter either way.
You gotta lighten up, Vince. It's not your job. It's the Holy Spirit that does the convincing.
Well, if Ross just weren't so stubborn.
Aren't you being a little hard on him?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know why I'm being such an idiot. I'm just...
Is there someone else that you're trying to prove God to?
No. Why? How'd you know?
I remember when I first accepted Christ. I had all kinds of doubts.
Guess I see a lot of that in you.
Well, I know he's out there. And I know he loves me. But I can't help wondering sometimes. I mean, don't you ever have your doubts?
Sure. We all have our doubts, buddy. Whenever I question the Lord, I just have to look around me and look up into the sky, look at the stars. Puts everything in the right perspective.
How's that?
Reminds me of how small I am. How big he is.
But will Ross and Shauna ever understand that?
I sure hope so. Till they do, we need to pray for them and love them just the way they are.
How we been doing back there, Daniel?
Think I smell engines. Think we should wait here a bit.
Hey, great mountain man isn't getting tired, is he?
Heck no. Just trying to protect my troops from the savages. I know you don't see them, but they're here.
I appreciate the protection, man.
Could have used a little protection from Zoltan a little earlier today, so I hear.
Oh no, no big deal. He's just lucky I didn't get mad and use my snowshoe foo on the guy.
Hit! You know, that might not have been a bad approach. I don't know. I don't know about Zoltan. I don't get along with the guy too much. We sort of nicknamed him the Pharisee.
Hey, what's with that? I thought you were one of the Christians on this trip.
Oh, you mean the dope?
Yeah.
You mean you don't do?
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah, I'm not into the, heavy-duty righteousness stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's better things to do in life than going around being a monk. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm human too, you know. I need to get my occasional kicks just like everyone else. I mean, what's an occasional joint? I mean, what's integrity, man? It's just a concept, huh? I mean, I carry my Bible on a keychain. It's subtle, it's quick, and it just has the words that I want to see.
Do you know what I mean? Seriously, just because I'm a little bit more into God than you are, I'm really not that much different than you at all. Really.
Yeah. I guess you're not. Okay. What do you say, Grizzly? Ready to get back to the fort?
Let's do it.
We're out of here.
Ah!
Hey.
Hey. What's up?
Not much. Just checking out what you're reading here. What do you got?
A little Tolstoy, Resurrection.
Huh.
You ever read it?
No, can't say I have. I'm strictly a Hardy Boys man.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing tonight?
Nothing. I basically came over here to ask you a couple questions, though. Is that okay?
Sure.
How did you get into all this?
Christianity? Well, actually, it started when I was in high school, Vince. I was struggling, searching for answers that I didn't have. I started partying a little bit. I was confused with my life. But I met some Christian guys, and when I was in college, and they turned me on to some material. I started reading it, and I got interested.
And so all of a sudden, overnight, boom, you're a Christian?
Well, not exactly like that, but see, Vince, I was brought up in a church, and it always seemed so meaningless to me.
All the people cared about was their formality and their tradition, and I thought I just had to be good. But for God, that's not enough.
Okay. So what made the difference?
You know the difference, Vince? There's someone that'll always care about you and your life. And you're not alone out there. And let me show you something. Read this part right here in red. This is a conversation between Jesus and a man who asked him about life after death. Go ahead, read that.
Okay. For God loved the world so much that he gave his only Son, so that anyone who believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life.
You see what that means, Vince? We all mess up. God loves us so much, he gave us his only Son to die for our sins, so we could have another chance. Now it's our choice.
So that's it? It's that simple?
It's that simple. But it's not always that easy. I still have my struggles, my problems. But now I know I never have to go through them alone.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Trish, you awake? Yeah. You said before you were glad I came. Yes, I did. You know, Shauna, we're really not that different from each other. How can you say that? When you can accept God, and I can't. Because I understand the way you feel. I used to blame God for all my problems, too. Well, isn't he responsible? I mean, he made us, didn't he? Yes. But God gave us the free will to choose between trusting in him and trusting in ourselves. And what about my father? He served God. He was on his way to help a little sick kid when he got killed. Of all people, why him? I don't know. I've asked that question enough times myself. So don't tell Zoltan that I told you this. Because he really doesn't like to talk about it. We had another brother, Jason. What happened? He died of leukemia. And he was 6 years older than Zoltan, so I don't remember him very much. They were really very close. And what I do remember was really wonderful. Just like my daddy. You know, Mom and Dad used to say that he was really special to God. And they couldn't wait till Jason got old before he could bring him to heaven to live with them. Did you believe that? Why not? God loved him just like us. It really helped me to deal with the pain. Why do we even have to have pain? I don't know. Maybe so we can understand a little bit of the pain that Jesus went through for us. You can really trust him, Shauna. I don't know, Trish.
Dry land was right in front of me. I was drowning in a holy war.
Yeah, I guess I meant it at the time. But I was mad. And every once in a while, I get out of hand. But I really felt hurt, Zoltan. I mean, I know I'm not an ideal Christian, but I wish that you'd care a little bit more about me than what I do all the time.
I don't know, Woody. This is really hard for me. Because I have a hard time with people who...
Just say one thing and do another?
Yeah?
Yeah, I know I've blown it. But so have you. I mean, Christ did not die so that I could party hardy. But he also didn't die so that you could go around thinking that you live up to his standards. I don't know, at least I'm admitting that I'm wrong.
You know, you're right. The worst part of it, I guess, is that I start feeling like I'm better than other people. Because I don't do the sort of things that seem like real sin. But if what you do is like the love of God without the obedience, then what I do is like the obedience without the love. And that's real sin, all right. I'm sorry, Woody.
Me too, man. I never knew you felt like this. Guess we help feed each other's problems, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Come on, Vince, get
I'm
in.
not doing it. You're a
Come
spastic
on.
gorilla, man. I'll push you.
Get in, you
I'll
wimp.
push you.
Come on, there's some room.
Come on, let's move.
Yeah,
Let's
all right.
get these
Feel
show
better
on your
about
own.
that.
Okay, I'll push this one. Ready, Conan?
Let's get these show on
All
your
right, Conan.
Hey, we in the hot seat here or what?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean being the only non-Christians in the group?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Look, I don't mind most of them, but that Alden guy, I'll tell you.
It's rough. Yeah, he gets pretty bad sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't think he means it, though.
I think he does.
Uh-uh. He was talking to Woody earlier, and I heard the guy say that he was really down on himself for being so hyper-holy around us. He admitted he was wrong.
Maybe there's some hope for him. I don't know. But I mean, this whole Christian thing, hey, it's the 20th century, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But Nick's a great guy, right?
Yeah.
So it's the great insight of the 20th century anyway.
Good times. Good times.
That's what life's all about. Woo! Woo! See, what did I tell you?
I mean, that makes a lot more sense to me than believing in some invisible God who tells you what you can or cannot do. I didn't ask to be here. I mean, what God would tell you, don't have any fun or you're going straight to hell?
No, that's not what they believe.
Yeah,
No.
that's what they believe. In so many words, that is what they believe. And you know something else? It's definitely not my lifestyle, that's for sure.
But what I'm wondering is my lifestyle any better?
Oh, do you look
Good morning.
good? You're looking good.
The golden boy.
Oh, the sun's come up. What is it, 6 o'clock or so?
Not quite. It's about 10 after 9.
Hey,
We're getting much too late to start, guys.
you're just in time for breakfast. Today's entree consists of light, fluffy pancakes served with none other than pure maple syrup from Vermont.
Woody, I don't even think that maple syrup's gonna help these things.
Yeah, I sure hope Nick and Vince manage to catch a few fish.
Listen, I'm gonna start breaking camp, all right?
Break camp, buddy, break camp. Well, we have 3 more pancakes.
Thanks, Woody, but I'm stuffed. You know, these aren't so bad.
Of course, if I was at home, I'd never touch them.
Thanks. Hey, but I understand there's just something about the great outdoors that makes things taste better.
Hey, it's psychology. I mean, out here you work up such an appetite that anything tastes good.
Oh, come on. No credit to the cook. Chalk it up for psychology.
So don't you think Christianity could be explained the same way? I mean, couldn't God just be a crutch for people who need something to believe in?
Well, it used to be for me. I mean, I just wanted to belong somewhere. And a lot of the things that I tried just made things worse. They hurt me. The more I partied, the more dope I smoked, the more I came up empty. But, Jesus is a lot different than that. The closer I got to him, the more real he became.
Yeah, but I could feel the same thing about a wooden bowl if I believed in it hard enough.
I don't know, but there's still a major difference.
What's that?
Okay. What if I told you that wearing these pancakes on my ears has totally changed my life? I feel peace, purpose, and contentment now.
I'd say you were ready for the nut farm.
Maybe. But you cannot say that I do not feel these feelings. You can say, who else is turned on by pancakes? How do I know it's the pancakes and not my imagination? What facts prove what I'm talking about?
What are you talking about?
Okay. Okay, in Christianity, a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds all say that it changed their life. And the fact is that Jesus did arise from the dead.
How can you be so sure?
Check it out. Even Christ's main critics cannot deny what happened. I mean, Jesus is alive. That's why the Christian experience isn't just a psychological crutch.
2 hours, no fish.
Better be some breakfast. I'm starving.
Well, we have pancakes.
Hey, come on, you guys. We're never gonna get to our second spot if you keep fooling around.
Don't worry so much. We'll get there. Go ahead.
As long as we don't die from total exhaustion.
Yeah, well, be careful. There's a lot of cliffs around here.
Okay, Trish.
We will.
Hey, Ross. You ever think about what's gonna happen to you when you die?
You mean heaven and hell and all that stuff? Not really. Besides, I've tried to live a pretty good life. Most of the time. Hey, if he grades on a curve, I'm in.
He doesn't.
You can't get to heaven by just being good, Ross. God's standards are much higher than any of ours.
I thought you said he was fair.
Now that's where Jesus comes in.
Oh, not Jesus again.
Hey, Jesus is what life's all about, as far as any of us are concerned.
He has to do with whether you're in or not.
Okay, let's hear it.
Since all of us have blown it one way or another, God gave us a way out. He loves us so much that he sent his only son, Jesus, to die for our sins.
All we have to do is believe that, ask forgiveness, trust in Christ to save us, and then God can accept us. That's too easy. No, it's simple. It's not easy.
Then it's too simple. Besides, what if you guys are wrong? You'll end up in the same place as me.
Yeah, but Ross, what if we're right?
Let's go, boys and girls. Come on.
Oh, my leg.
Come on.
Let's have you rest here and wait for the other guys. Sounds good to me.
Okay, fine. I'll go look for some water.
Oh, I need a place to sit. This is... Oh, right here. It's fine.
Oh,
yeah.
Say, Nick, any bears around here?
Well, once in a while. But they generally don't eat people.
Great.
Ross, that's Indian Head up there. We hiked up that one time.
Man, you guys are crazy.
You can say that again.
Man, you guys are crazy.
Hey, Ross, what happened to the knucklehead, huh?
Got me?
Ah!
Halt! So you dare enter Nottingham Forest unprotected, eh? Well, you'll have to contribute to the Poor Fund if you wish to pass.
Oh, no, Nick. He's at it again.
Let's go! Halt, knave! Ha! Halt, knave!
God's call, you can feel it in your heart. God's call, keep you apart. God's call, He's calling out your name. Turn a deaf ear. God's call. Robin Hood, he came to the port. Columbus sailed the sea. The British Army won Paul Revere. Lincoln set men free. Some are called to greatness, some are called to fame. God says there's a calling that puts others all to shame. It's simply trusting in the Lord for the power of His name. God's call, you feel it in your heart. God's call, don't let pride keep you apart. God's call, He's calling out your name.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so obnoxious, Woody. I can't help thinking about my daddy.
Thinking about what?
My father was a preacher, you know.
What?
Yeah. He was so good, Woody. I used to sit in the front row, so proud of my daddy. And I can still hear him if I want to. God loves you, Shawnee. Yeah. One night he was walking along this road. He was trying to get to a gas station and he never made it. And the next day they found his body. They still don't know who or what hit him. And you want to know something? You want to know how the Christian people treated my family? You know what the church did to us? My mom, my sister, and I were like outcasts. They didn't know what to do with the preacher's wife. She worked so hard to support us. The church didn't help her out because she wasn't on staff or anything. And they expected her to go on with all her volunteer work the way she used to. After all, it was her duty. I miss my daddy so much.
That's what the Christian church did to me, Woody. That's what they did to my whole family. It's the only kind of Christian love I know. I don't know. I just miss my daddy.
I'm sorry. I never knew. Will you forgive me?
Yeah, Woody, if you forgive me.
You're forgiven. A long time ago. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
I'll tell you, those guys, they should be here by now.
Maybe they found out who made the lunches and decided to wait until we finished them off.
That's very funny, considering those earrings you made for breakfast this morning.
No, Zalton's right. You know, they should have caught up to us by now.
What should we do?
Well, I say we have dessert, and then we'll decide exactly what we're
Hey,
gonna
what
do.
if they're hurt?
Now, wait a second. Don't start jumping to conclusions. Let's just wait a little while longer.
Yeah, Shauna's a nurse if we should need first aid.
You're a nurse?
Not yet. It's just my major.
Hey! Hey, Zoltan! Trish! It's no use. They can't hear us. There's no way we're gonna be able to get up there without help. Nick! Come on, Nick! Answer me, man! Can't believe this is happening! Well, he's there. He's laying down there. He's not moving. I'm sorry about this, Ross. I'm sorry about this whole thing. How's your leg?
Not good at all. It's bleeding. I think it's broken, but I'm afraid to check.
Let me look at it. Ah! It's broken. Let me look. No, just leave it until somebody can look at it later. Ah, man. Nick! Please, Nick, roll over. Come on! God, please help us.
You're gonna have to have enough faith for both of us on this one, brother.
Vince? Ross? Hello? I really think we should go after them.
Yeah, she's right. It's gonna get dark soon.
Okay. Let's leave our packs here, take the flashlights and some rope.
Don't forget first aid.
That's a good idea. We'll take it. Hopefully we won't need it.
Oh, God, get me out of this. And I promise I'll become a monk for the rest of my life.
Shouldn't say that unless you mean it. How do you know I don't? You haven't spent that much time trying to find out.
What's that supposed to mean?
Listen, I may not know as much about the Bible as you and your friends, but it seems to me that Jesus is supposed to be a God of love and compassion.
He is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen that much compassion in you lately. Ever since you accepted Christ, I felt like a second-class citizen.
Well, I'm sorry, Ross. I just wanted you to know God like I do.
Yeah? And if you really wanted to prove God to me, you would have done it with your actions and not just empty words.
You're right. I guess I was just pushing hard on you because I was secretly worried about slipping away from God myself.
You know, I'd say there's one thing you definitely slipped away from.
What?
And your friends.
Look, if you give me another chance, I'll work on that one, Ross.
I'll tell you what. This
time, I'll help you out.
What? What? Zoltan! We're down here! Are you guys okay? This is a pretty serious situation. Ross broke his leg. And Nick's down there somewhere below. I think he's unconscious. I'm not sure. All right, you guys hang in there. We'll see what we can do.
What happened? Is everything okay?
No, Nick and Ross are hurt.
Badly?
I don't know. We're gonna need some help.
You know, even if we left right now, it's gonna at least take 5 or 6 hours to get back down again.
I know. Some of us have to stay here.
I will.
Actually, I was thinking of Shauna and myself. She's the nurse, and I can get us down there.
Okay, then Trish and I will go to the ranger station.
We probably won't be back until the morning.
Okay, take a flashlight, and you guys be careful.
And before you guys go, don't you think you should,
Pray?
Yes.
Where am I?
You know, you really ought to go easy on her. I have a feeling that underneath all that anger, there's something really troubling her.
Whatever. You know, you two make an unlikely pair up here. It's pretty funny.
She scares me. I don't understand her. I've always avoided girls like her. They've always avoided me.
Help! Nick! Vince! You gotta help me! Johnny just fell to the ice. Man, Shauna fell into the river. Shauna fell into the river. Shauna fell where? Shauna fell into the river. She's down the river. I pulled her out. I just couldn't carry her. Is she okay? She's gonna freeze to death. Okay, I just couldn't carry her. Shauna! 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 Help! Help! Somebody help!
Good morning. The night is over and gone. I thought once
can't do this.
Don't worry. I'll guide you all the way. I just don't know enough about first aid.
I don't know, Zoltan.
Trust me, Shauna. I won't let you go. All right? Let's get a smile and wish me luck.
Walking on a spiritual tightrope. Will I stand or will I fall? I'm hanging on to empty air, supported by nothing at all. My eyes are blinded by sin and by pride. You tell me there's nowhere to hide. I'll reach heaven on my own. God knows I've tried. I'm on the edge of eternity. I'm on the edge, but I just can't see.
Okay, you need to move down to that little rock. Good. Now this is going to be the hardest part. You need to let go of the rock and lean back away from the cliff.
Are you crazy? If I let go of this rock, I'm gonna fall.
No, you won't. You won't fall as long as I have you.
I can't do this.
He's not gonna let you fall, Shauna. You all right?
Yeah. I just don't know if I can handle this.
Okay, look, Shauna, trust Zoltan. He will not let you fall.
I'm on the edge of eternity. I'm on the edge, but I just can't see.
Good.
I'm on the edge, and I don't want
Okay.
to be. On the edge. Trapped in my prison, I don't seek release.
I got you.
Who would convince me this madness must cease? If you don't believe her, I'll never know God and forever be cast from his love and his peace. I'm on the edge of eternity.
You're almost here. There you
I'm
go.
on the edge, but I just can't see.
Hey, girl.
I'm on the edge, and I don't want to be. On the edge.
Shut up. Come on, girl. Down to my knee here. Feet down on the right. One more. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Woo. Good girl. Good girl. Nick!
Vince? Is that you? What happened?
Are you all right?
I think so. I hurt my arm. And I banged my head pretty good.
I'm so glad you're okay. Don't ever do that again. I do not want to climb down another mountain.
Nick, I don't have enough rope to get down there. Will you be all right until help gets here tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. Just throw me down a sleeping bag. And some food.
Hey, you must be okay if he's thinking about food.
Listen, guys, it's gonna be dark soon. We're not gonna be able to move Ross out of here with his leg like it is.
I'll stay here with him.
Speaking of which, let me look at your leg. Zoltan, where's the first aid kit?
I'm joking, it's right here. It's right here.
Funny guy.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna climb up to the top to get the rest of the stuff. You guys gonna be okay?
Hey. Yeah, we'll be fine.
All right. Need anything? Aspirin and Sucrets?
Good work, man.
I'm freezing.
Me too.
Why don't you go in? I'll get some firewood.
Do you need any help?
No. Just go for it. I'll get some wood, bring it in.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
The difference, Vince, is there's someone that'll always care about you and your life.
For God loved the world so much that he gave his only Son, so that anyone who believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life.
You, buddy, you don't even know what you believe. And I feel sorry for you.
Coffee?
Well, thanks. Who trained you?
I think some zookeeper somewhere. Oh. It's so cold outside.
I have a confession to make.
Well, speak, my child.
No, I mean it, Vince. I used to be afraid of you.
Why?
Because you're not a Christian.
Oh. And that makes me some kind of a monster, right?
Well, I guess I thought so. But you know, you're not a bad person. You see, I was raised in this really strict Christian family. And I was always told that people who went to parties and did things that I wasn't supposed to do were really bad people. But I guess that's not always true, is it?
No, it's not true. I mean, if you never feel any guilt, if you never know you're wrong, then you don't think you're a sinner, right? I mean, I was never taught anything about God. I didn't know that God was important. I never did any reading or anything.
Are you thinking about it now?
Thinking about something. I mean, I've been thinking about something for a long time, you know. Before I came up here, I was saying to myself, man, there's got to be more to life than what I've got. I mean, I'd go to parties and, you know, I'd be in groups like this, but it was always held together by something, you know, like drinking or drugs or something, I don't know. I mean, we had a good time, I guess. I always felt really empty, though. Felt like everybody was just afraid to be themselves, for crying out loud. So, I don't know, I came here and I met you guys. You guys have something real here. You guys have here what I think I felt missing.
You aren't, trying to say that you're thinking about becoming a Christian, are you?
Yeah. If it pays right.
You know, you're really silly.
I am silly, and I'll always be silly, Christian or otherwise.
Well, you know, you don't have to be straight-laced and boring to be a Christian.
That's good. I'm glad. Thank you very much.
Some weekend, huh?
Yeah, can say that again. guys are good at that.
Thanks.
I think.
I want to tell you something, but I don't want you to tell the others.
Yeah, okay. What is it?
Remember when I was holding on to the edge of the cliff and I didn't want to let go?
Yeah, it's pretty scary. You should have seen it my first time.
It's really scary. But the rope held just fine.
Better. It's rated 2,000 pounds.
I've done this my whole life. I didn't want to let go of myself. I always blamed God for my father, for all the pain in my life.
He really cares about you. You know?
But I'm more afraid to lean on Jesus than on that rope.
Listen. You can trust him, Shauna. He won't ever let you go.
Will you help me?
Of course I will.
Boy, Nick, it's so good to see you. It's hard to believe you're all right after a fall like that.
I'm just happy to be here.
Hey, you say that again. The guardian angel must be working overtime.
You better not forget to write when we get back. I have a feeling I'm going to have some questions for you about, you know.
How could I forget a girl like you, Shauna? Whoa, come on, man. Besides, Woody's right there at school. You're gonna have to tell him sometime.
I will. But not right away. See, I have somewhat of a reputation back there.
Hey, all the more reason to tell him. You're gonna need as much support as you can get.
Yeah, but it won't be easy. You know, somehow I look forward to it.
Hey, Ross. Kind of quiet.
Yep. Well, yeah, I'm just thinking about how my basketball career is washed up for the season.
We won't be able to beat you next week. You didn't beat us last week. Or the week before that.
Yeah, well, listen, Vince, I'm sorry I was riding you so hard about your faith. I mean, I guess I didn't realize how important it was to you.
Yeah. I guess I didn't realize either. And listen, if anybody owes anybody an apology, it's me. I'm sorry for pushing you so hard. I just didn't want you to... I'm sorry.
That's okay. So, just one question. Did any of the stuff I said make you think about God more? Yeah. It wasn't so much what you said, but, you know, what happened.
And I thought a little bit more about God, you know, that's all. I mean, look, some of your points were really good, you know, but I'm just not ready for something like that. Okay? Okay?
Truce? Truce?
All right. That doesn't mean, you know, we can't talk about it sometime.
Oh, really?
When?
Oh, man. You're pushing
I'm
it.
kidding.
There is no money, no, there ain't no money in lovely paradise. How did you think that you were gonna get there by rolling on the dice? There is no saints or sinners gonna help you to cross that great divide. 'Cause now, honey, honey, they'll all be mighty busy trying to get their own self inside. gonna pay? Who's gonna pay? Who's gonna pay your price? Who's gonna pay? Who's gonna pay? Who's gonna pay your price? Who's gonna pay your price?